around the
Okay,
bush.
Mitali
I feel
Nikore,
bad.
let me draw you in here on the economic impact of this, this terror attack. What is going to be the economic impact on the economy of Jammu and Kashmir, and also, on the tourism component of our GDP?
Yeah, absolutely, Uday. So I completely agree with both my previous speakers that, there is a lot that needs to be done. There's a problem that needs to be acknowledged. And of course, we have to always begin these conversations by expressing our sorrow and regret for what those families are going through and what they will continue to go through for their entire lives, right? It feels very personal because I'm sure we all have friends and relatives, or ourselves, we may have visited in the last few years, to Pahalgam and to, JNK region, and gone there for a holiday maybe, or even seen the beautiful photos of, in a lot of Bollywood films. Also, the shooting has happened in JNK in the last few years, and it's really unlocked a lot of tourism for the economy. And the JNK economy was primarily an agrarian economy prior to the abrogation of Article 370, and the entire sort of opening up of the economy. A lot of private sector investment also has gone into the into the union territories, and we've seen a lot of private sector confidence building measures that were done by directly by the central government to bring investors into JNK and say, we are going to actually unlock the economic potential of the region. So, today, now we are at a crossroads because there is an impact on employment, not only on the employment linked directly to the tourism sector, but also to the livelihoods of small businesses. And particularly in the future, when you bring in foreign investors, or you bring in even domestic investors from other states and say, why don't you start a business here, even if it's an agri business, like say a food processing business. Even for that, there is a loss of confidence that can we actually go there? Is it safe? How will we run our business remotely? It's not possible to run agri processing businesses, apple manufacturing, and export businesses. I mean, these are the lifelines of the JNK economy. So I think going forward, it is very, very important that we focus on the safety and security. Completely agree with Sumit P that the safety and security agenda has to be like an ongoing agenda. But at the same time, providing additional security to people who are doing business in the state. Because the biggest fear that I have today is that we can't have our youth falling into unemployment, right, over there. If our youth falls into unemployment over there, we've just about managed to restart that economy. We've just about managed to integrate the JNK economy very much more into the mainstream Indian growth story. And then if the youth becomes disenchanted and falls into unemployment, then they become vulnerable to other forms of nefarious activities that we know are going on over there. So we really, really need to see, how can we safeguard not only tourism. Tourism is one part of the story, but the rest of the business activity that has really come up in the state needs to be safeguarded. And I think the government has a massive role to play. The central government, one simple thing is, okay, there are people who are still volunteering to go there, and it's coming out in the media, and that's very heartening. But at the same time, government has to say, look, we are going to keep on supporting the region. We'll have meetings here, we'll have conferences here, we'll bring international delegations over here, and we are going to make sure that the world can see that JNK is safe, and can be kept safe, at least for meetings, conferences, events, where at least the government is the organizer. So some of these practical measures need to continue to be taken over the years, till the confidence comes back.
Okay.